Hey, what's up guys? This is Jedith, and this video we're going to be looking at some newly data mined class sets and weapons that are in the patch for 10.1.7. Nothing has been announced for these officially, but we found them in the data of the new patch on the PTR. They've actually been in the game for a while. I think they were data mined a few patches back, but even then nobody knew where they were coming from. But the word on the street is that these are going to become available in patch 10.1.7. How? We don't know. I have a theory. We'll talk about that theory at the end of the video. But first, let's take a look at these sets, and I'll just show you the ones that have been data mined. Obviously, there are going to be sets for every class, I would imagine. But in this Wowhead post, there are only a couple classes for us to look at. So the first one is, let's scroll down here, the Death Knight, called Webbed Saronite. There's the headguard, the shoulders, and the girdle, which is the belt. For some reason, they're not the full sets. I wonder if they plan on actually releasing like every piece, you know, a chest piece, boots, legs, gloves, etc. Or if they're just going to be kind of what's here, because there are some sets that are in the game now that we've been getting in Dragonflight that aren't full get-ups, right? It's not the full outfit. It's just a few pieces. And the head, shoulders, and belt just so happen to be the pieces that evokers specifically can transmog. Evokers can't change any of the other slots other than these pieces that you see here, the head, the shoulders, the belt, and the weapon. So I'm wondering if that's just kind of like a behind the scenes thing that they only implemented those certain slots, but there is going to be more to come. And for the evoker, they'll only get those slots, perhaps. But anyways, this is the Death Knight set. You can see there is some like animation on it. There's some like green fog coming off the shoulders, which is kind of cool. The weapons though, the weapons are like the star of this, I would say. This sword is pretty cool looking. It's actually a little reminiscent of one of the Death Knight artifact weapons from Legion. And that's kind of a theme that we'll be seeing here in this post, looking at all these items, is not all of them, but some of them are very reminiscent of some of those old artifact weapons. And it makes you wonder how these are going to become available. Is it going to be something like a mage tower like it was in Legion? They did mention, I can't remember when it was. I vaguely remember them mentioning that there were no promises, but they were working on something that would be akin to the mage tower, but more, you know, not exactly. They can't just redo the same thing, but a solo challenge that players would enjoy with rewards that would be a good enough incentive for people to do the challenges. That's what I'm assuming these are going to be coming from. There's no confirmation on that, but this is the other sword. Looks kind of cool. This one reminds me of kind of a Shadowlands weapon. There's this big axe, which again is super cool, especially because I'm assuming it's going to be very, very large. And that's what makes these weapons look really cool. You know, they're not super flashy. They don't have crazy spell effects, but when you're holding that thing in your hand, it's bigger than your character. Now, okay, I have some things to say about this one. This is the Demon Hunter set. It's called the Nathriza Blasphemer's Horns, Mantle, and Shard. Again, shoulders, head, belt, and weapon. What do you guys think about this? Does this feel Demon Hunter to you? My thoughts on this are, it feels like a mix between a shaman and a warlock. Maybe the other way around. Warlock takes the main stage and then kind of shaman-y. I guess maybe we'll have to wait till we can see the whole set, you know, with the chest and the gloves and all the other pieces to really get a feel. Just looking at it here, it feels like more of like a warlock set. It feels like we're like an anemic infernal from a warlock, you know? We're an infernal pet that the warlock just didn't feed for a couple weeks. I don't love it. I don't love it. And unfortunately, that's been a theme for a lot of the Demon Hunter sets that have come out over the past little while. There hasn't been one that I'm just like, oh my god, this is sick, I need to get this set. They're all just kind of like, eh. Depending on how we get this set, it does come with that level of prestige. Whether it looks awesome or not, it'll still have a layer of value to it because it's a set that's not easy for everyone to get. It comes with that prestige, and when you see somebody running around Valdrakken with this set, you know that they earned that. They did something really awesome to get it. So it does have that inherent value, but to me, just like the appearance of this isn't spectacular. Even with the weapons, I think this is kind of boring. I feel like these glaives, even these ones, they just feel like Legion leveling gear, you know? Like, where are the spell effects? Where's the flash? I feel like I've said this with everything over the past little while with World of Warcraft. If you remember, I had this exact same rant, the same sentiment with the KSM mount for Season 1. I wish there was more flash to these. These look very dull and basic. The druid one is actually really, really cool. I feel like this is a reiteration of a different set. I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that there was a druid set that looked something like this, but this is very familiar to me. Maybe it was a Nighthold set. I can't remember, but I've seen this before, and I think maybe this is just like a better version of it. And I do think this looks really cool. I like this. I always, I'm a big fan of big shoulders. Even this color variant, the purple, is really cool. And then they get weapons too, right? Look at these daggers with vines wrapping around them. There are fist weapons. If you're a feral druid, I guess you can use these fist weapons, except you're going to be in cat form the entire time, so nobody will see them. This staff is kind of cool. I feel like I've seen this before too, though. This color variation is super cool. This set is the monk set called the Possessed Watcher. This coloration I'm not super sold on, but check this out. How cool is that? These colors look amazing. I think this looks great. This is like super Mists of Pandaria vibes, but like on steroids. I think that looks really, really cool. And then we got these weapons. Again, they look like reiterations of the Legion artifact weapons, which is the main reason why I think these are going to be coming from, some type of solo challenge, some Mage Tower-like challenge. But I do have another theory. And again, I will talk about that theory at the end of this video, so stick around. More color variations of it. This fan is really cool. If you're a monk, like if you're like a Mistweaver monk, maybe, these fans are awesome to use. There's not many weapons in the game that have this type of appearance, so pretty unique. Even this color, very, very cool. This staff, I know a lot of people are losing their shit over. I don't quite understand why, but I know like people are loving this transmog. It's like a big flower pink staff thing. It's a green version. Now this is the Warlock set. So check out these shoulders. With the face on it, horns, tongue sticking out. Man, why can't demon hunters get something like that? How cool is that? Imagine demon hunters getting shoulders, right? With imprisoned cages on the shoulders, right? And there's like demons inside the cages trying to get out of the cages, and there's like green, purple mist coming out of it. How sick would that be? Anyways, I'm gonna stop ranting about Demon Hunter. Let's keep moving on. We get Warlock staffs here. So the green variation and the red variation. Red one looks really cool. Red one reminds me of Diablo. There's a dagger, which is also very, very cool. Different color variation of the dagger. This offhand is sick too. It has a skull hanging off of it. I'm assuming the skull's going to be animated too. It seems like the type of thing they would do. Here's another one of the stars of this whole post. The warrior. Look at this warrior set, man. There's a red set. This is like a Scarlet Crusade type of set. They get a big ass sword. Different color variations. Check out this shield. Look at that shield, man. It's got roses on it and vines. This feels very like Gilnean, almost like a Worgen, like Gilneas type of vibe with the roses. Another color variation with blue roses instead. We got some mage ones too. This mage one is definitely from Legion or inspired by Legion. These look amazing. Man, these make me want to play a mage. God damn. Those are incredible. Oh, here we go. Paladin. Big old hammer. Different color hammer. It's like a cudgel. With that shield. Oh my god. And I'm guessing the ribbon, the banner things are animated, like they have physics. Got rogue ones here. I didn't know these were here. I only saw the first page. These are sick. That shield looks really cool. That's very horde. Warlock, we saw warrior. So we're still missing some classes here. We're missing evoker. I'm sure there's some other ones that I just can't think of right now. Here's my theory on where these are going to come from. And I made a post on Twitter about this last week. There was a set of quests that you may or may not have done at the start of this patch in 10.1.5, where you go to Aeon's Fringe, which is down here near the Temporal Conflux, right? This is where you go to get to the new Mega Dungeon. You come down here and there's this village up here, which for the majority of the expansion up until now was frozen in time, right? There was this like haze that would go on your screen when you flew over this area. And this whole little village right here was literally frozen in time. All the NPCs were frozen in the middle of whatever they were doing. So if you go there now, time is back to normal. They're out of the time rift or whatever it was called, right? You do a couple quests, you end up unlocking this forge where this dwarf is crafting some stuff at this forge. And you end up making some, I don't know, something with him. I didn't really read the quest text. My theory is that we're going to use that forge at a later date to craft these weapons because they are like reminiscent of the old Legion artifact weapons. I think maybe they are the Legion artifact weapons, but from a different timeline. You know, slightly different, you know, kind of how these weapons would have ended up if certain things went a different way. So that's kind of my theory. I do think there is going to be some type of solo challenge attached to it. Maybe you have to go do a challenge to get the materials to make these, to craft them. And maybe those challenges are specific to your class, your damage type, or your role, a healer, tank, whatever. I do think that that is how we're going to get them. That's my theory. I'm putting my stamp on that, on how we're going to achieve these. I think we're going to craft them at the forge, and there's some like time shenanigans involved, and there's going to be a solo challenge. That's my theory. Tell me what you guys think. Do you like these? What are your thoughts on how we're going to get these? Are they going to be in this patch even? Are they going to be in 10.1.7? Or are they going to be a 10.2 thing? Time will tell. And just before I let you guys go, I want to let you know that the new merch store is officially launched. These are brand new designs that me and my team have come up with that I think you're going to really like. This is the cropped version for the ladies, or whoever decides to wear a cropped hoodie. This is the regular hoodie for those who are a bit more, modest. And then we got this t-shirt. This is the Enjoy Momentum shirt. So if you're a Havoc Demon Hunter, maybe you like momentum, maybe you don't. Maybe you just want to be ironic with this shirt. We also have the Res Sickness IRL t-shirt, and I think we all suffer from this, don't we? We also have the Jedith logo embroidered denim t-shirt, which is very premium, very, very nice. And we have, hoodies, we have mugs, combat logs and coffee. We have the Illidan I Am Now Prepared coffee mug. We have the Enjoy Momentum pint glass. We got coasters, we got stickers, we got everything. So if you want to come check this out, the link will be in the description of this video. So if you like this video, give it a like, make sure you sub to this YouTube channel, and I will catch you later. Peace.